Michael, great to speak to you. Thanks so much for your time. I just wonder how it feels. We've known about this fight for such a long time. How does it feel now? It's just days away for you.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I'm really excited. Very, very excited. All the hard work's been done. Sparring's been finished. One big session tomorrow, and that's us. The boxes have been ticked, so I'm excited.
And what's it been like for you waiting so long for this opportunity? Your last fight in August, you've had to wait a long time to get this opportunity.
Yep. Yeah, listen, it probably should have happened in December, but Lee had an injury. He done something to his arm. I got an operation on his arm, and it was put back till this date. And happy days. If that's what it is, that's what it is. I've been in training for it. I've been training in kind of a camp non-stop since September. So, I'm ready. I'm more than ready. It hasn't been hard to get ready for this fight. The motivation has been very easy to be motivated for. The fight has been easy to get motivated for. There's been no hardness in terms of when I'm training to kind of get up for the sessions because it's been easy. Even though the sessions have been really, really hard, to get up for them has been very easy.
There was a lot of talk about this fight maybe taking place in America, in Ireland. So how do you feel that you're going to his backyard in Nottingham?
I love it. I love it. Absolutely love it. It was one thing my father said once the fight was talked about. We looked like it was going to New York, and I was like, happy days, New York. New York's my city. And then Belfast was like, all right, well, Belfast is my city also, so we can do Belfast. And then they says, no, well, we're going to go to Nottingham. I was like, even better. My dad says, no, I want you to go to Nottingham. Even before all those were mentioned, he says, I want you to go to Nottingham. I want you to go and rip this off him. Be better when you look back at history that you've done it this way. Now we've done that and we're doing that, and I'm really happy. And plus, they were going to pay me extra money to come to Nottingham, so it's happy days.
And what do you make of Lee Wood, the fighter? I think he shocked everybody with what he did last summer, that performance over
Yep.
Kanzu, and he's now a world champion in his own right.
Yep, 100%. Fantastic fighter. Fantastic fighter. All round, good ability, good punch, good power, good punch selection, good feet. He's a good fighter. He's a strong opposition for me to win my first world title against.
And how much did you learn about him? You had the press tour, you had a press conference in Ireland, the press conference in Nottingham as well. What do you read from the engagements you had?
Nah, I just don't think he likes to talk. He's not a big chatter, and there's nothing wrong with it. No, it doesn't mean he's not a good fighter. I understand that some people are more comfortable in them situations than others, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really mean anything. I've seen a few little things in a little chinks in his armor, but other than that, it's all good. He's a good guy. He's a good player. Not the best of talkers, but it doesn't mean
What sort of fight are you expecting next Saturday?
exciting fight. Very exciting. I think that it could be boring. It could be exciting, but I think it could be more exciting than boring. Um, there's things in there which he's gonna have to do. I'm gonna have to do. Um, and it'll be interesting to see how it plays out.
And what would it mean to you to become a world champion? You've achieved so much in boxing already, but would this be the pinnacle for you?
Yeah, well, when I do become world champion, it will just be like, I've did it. I've realized the dream. Oh, it's not the pinnacle. I have a long way to go in this game. It'll be another box ticked off in my career, but it means the world to me. It means everything to me, and I'll savor it. Um, I've always known I was going to be in this position. I've always known that I was going to be a world champion. I've done that in the amateurs. The only Irishman ever to do it still. And now it's time for me to do it in the pros. And I think that no matter what I do on that night, or no matter what Lee brings, will not be able to beat me. I have this bulletproof mindset. I'm indestructible. I'll go through walls to win this fight.
And when you look at what you've said there, you said that it'll be a box tick to get past Lee Wood, but you say you've got a lot else you want to achieve in the sport. What do you think will be next after next Saturday?
A nice 4-week holiday to Portugal. And then spend some time with my family who I have not seen in a long time now. 8 weeks or so, and 12 weeks in total I've been in camp, but I was home for the press tour, so I've seen them then, but I have not seen my family. I haven't been around my kids. I have young kids, and it's been hard. No doubt about it. It's been very, very hard. So to see them is the next thing on my list after this fight. So when you talk about boxing, what's next? There's many of options. Many of options. There's unification fights. There's possibly unification fights, albeit with the situation with the WBA. There's a possibility of a Leo Santa Cruz fight. There's big fights over at Top Rank, world title fights there, and my door at the minute is wide open to hearing all the options and assessing what I'm going to do next.
Now, I want to go from a real positive to a real negative, because we're talking again about judging in boxing and what happened last weekend involving Jack Catterall and Josh Taylor. I wonder if you can allow us to cast your mind back to 2016 and what actually felt like at the Olympics when you felt like you were badly wronged.
Yes, it's disgusting. It's a really disgusting feeling. One that I never want to feel again. And unfortunately, Jack Catterall probably felt exactly how I felt. He might not ever have that opportunity. Actually, I don't think he will. If Josh Taylor moves up, he will never have the opportunity to become an undisputed world champion again, because once Josh Taylor moves up, them belts go everywhere. They don't go to one person, they go everywhere else. All the mandatories, all the people who are lined up to fight for those belts will fight for them. So Jack Catterall's probably lost his chance of ever becoming an undisputed world champion when he should have been crowned that on last Saturday. What do I think of it? I think it's an embarrassment on boxing, a stain on boxing. But at the same time, in a selfish way, I'm glad it happened last week. I'm glad it happened last week, and that's isn't I suppose it's not unfair for me to say, but I feel bad saying it because I know what it feels like, and I'm devastated for Jack in a sense. And I'm friends with Josh, so like it's not I didn't have no bias. I didn't care who won this fight. Um, but that man is never going to get to realize what he is. He should be undisputed world champion right now. Not what he could be, what he is. He's undisputed world champion in my eyes. So yeah.
Is it scary to think that this could easily happen again if nothing's done?
Well, it's been happening, and more so over the last number of years. On the show, on these kind of shores, UK and Ireland, we've been seeing bad decisions for a long time now. It's quickly becoming the Germanys and Russias of the world, where you're getting bad decisions go against you left, right, and centre. So, I think with the outcry and the public rage of what happened, I think we could see a bit more sterner decisions and better decisions coming in, because the public are not standing for it and they don't want it. Even though it's they were two fighters from the UK, and everybody in the UK, including Josh Taylor fans, were not happy with how it happened. But I think that when you see stuff like that, it's a good thing. It's a good thing that the public have spoke up and acted how they have acted, because there was a major outcry, and I think that'll help kind of make decisions can be more fair in the future.
What changes would you make? Because I've spoken to a lot of people this week and they said something needs to change. Is it a case of we get better judges, or do you maybe try and take away some of the subjectivity when it comes around to judging?
I don't know what we need to do, if I'm going to be honest. Because in my opinion, with that fight at the weekend, I don't think I hear people saying the fight was paid for and all this stuff, but I don't necessarily think it was. I think it was that people probably went in with an opinion before the fight of who's going to win, and in terms of the judges, they went in with opinion who they thought was going to win, and that was the only way they probably seen it, and they were scoring it. That guy's winning them rounds, even though they're close. He's won that round. It was probably a subconscious thing more than anything on that fight. What they need to learn, I think, in my opinion, is to know what they're judging. What are you scoring? And be held more accountable for what they're doing as well. The decisions which are given out. Like if a fighter's if a mic being able to put in a fighter's face immediately after a fight, there should be able to the judge should be able to do it. And like a fighter's actually took blows, They took damage. So probably sometimes they're mentally not in the right frame of mind to speak. Or a judge has not took any punches. He has enough clarity to, tell us why he scored it this way. You're not under any influence. You haven't just been concussed or anything like that. Why have you scored the fight this way? Or how have you scored the fight this way? So yeah, I think they need to have a better understanding of what they're scoring first off, and then be held more accountable of how they're scoring.
And you said before that you think it's more of a problem in Britain and Ireland. Is it not something you necessarily see in America, or think it is happening as much in America?
It does happen in America, no doubt about it. It happens all around the world, no doubt about it. But I'm saying in recent past, it's starting to happen a lot more often over here. Whereas before it would have been like Germany and stuff when fighters were going over there and they were getting decisions going against them. It was like it was natural, no, like Matthew Macklin, Felix Sturm kind of stuff. You know what I mean? You're going, wow, what's going on? Even Martin Murray versus Sergio Martinez in Argentina. These hometown kind of decisions, which always seem to kind of happen. These are two hometown fighters, and we're still getting a bad decision for a hometown, which is a city in the UK, not even like a country. So, um, yeah, it's unfortunate, but they need to do something about it. And can I pinpoint what that is? No, but points that I've said, I think that need to be worked on.
Absolutely. And finally, bringing it back to next weekend against Lee Wood. Will that be in your mind? Will you be looking to force a stoppage just to take it out of everybody's hands and only you're in control?
No, I never force stoppage. I never go in with a mindset of trying to knock someone out as it throws off my game plan completely. I've done it before and I haven't performed well. So I go in there just with the mindset of I'm just gonna hit you so many times without you hitting me. And there's no way I can lose then. You know what I mean? So boxing is like what boxing is hit and not be hit. That's boxing. That's the art of boxing. If I can go in there and complete the art of boxing and hit him so many times without being hit, or hit him much more times than he has hit me, and do it so cleanly and so precisely that no one could take it away from me. That's my aim.
Michael, thanks for your time. Look forward to catching up again in fight week.
James, thank you.